Yes, people, welcome back to the only Yaya with the one and only, the true Yaya Chino Falachi. It's your boy coming to you live from the coldest of the frostest of Melbourne. We out here living large as usual, but we're just here to bring you great news as Bryan Mbeumo signs for Manchester United finally after 48 days of negotiation. But to be honest, for a lot of y'all that don't understand negotiations, these things take time. Like, agents want money, teams want money. You have to think about the category of clubs being transferred. There's a lot of things like involved within transfers that we don't know publicly, but if you deal with the black and white of transfers, you realize there's a lot that goes into this. But before we go any further, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the page. I'll keep bringing you great content as we keep going forward. And also, remember, there's only one place to get great football news, and it's here on The Only Yaya. So yes, Bryan Mbeumo signs, and for £70 million, 65 million fixed with 5 million add-ons. Now, for me, I don't really have a problem with that, especially when you look at other players like Madueke, Elanga, Kudos, which I see the quality in terms of being compared in terms with Kudos, but the numbers, what Bryan Mbeumo has set for the last 2 seasons is impeccable. Like, is nothing we can think about, especially him playing for Brentford, playing with different strikers for the last 2 years in Ivan Toney and now Wizza, and he was the best player playing with both. So there's no confusion and there's no problem with him signing for Man United and him signing for a club in the Premier League, because he's been doing it in the Premier League. Now, I would understand if he was doing it in Liga or in La Liga, I would understand, but he's been smashing the Premier League for the last 2 years, so this transfer should be a no-brainer. Like, no-brainer. Yes, but also, when we look at the transfer structure, I think it works for Brentford because, Brentford is going through a transitional period. Now, in this modern era in the football world, £70 million is a lot of money, yes, but not really. In football world, in the real world, that is a lot of money, don't get me wrong. But in this world, in this modern, in the football world, that's no money. But in the modern world, that is a lot of money. That's what I was supposed to say. So, technically, Man United, for me, kind of got away with a steal of a deal, especially in the market when you look at all these other players. Now, in terms of statistics, that's another thing that we can look at that Mbeumo smashes. Like, okay, well, I know the bar wasn't that high, but he had the most compared to all Manchester United attackers last season, which is, to be honest, when you're talking about those attackers, it's like you're looking at the wall and talking to it, because they were all absolutely blank and shit, right? They didn't hit on any ceiling, right? And Mbeumo had most attempted take-ons, more successful take-ons, more carries in the box, more goal in created actions, more shots on target, more fouls won, more crosses, more goal involvement. Obviously, we can see that stat. More non-penalty goals. So Bruno can still keep his Fernandes name, yes. And then you have the more expected goals and more assists. Obviously, if he had more goal involvement, those two last statistics shows. But it just shows that this guy was doing really well. Now, you might say, oh yeah, but the bar was so low for Man United. Like, surely he wasn't, doing it well. Well, let's see what he compares to in the best in Europe. But hold on. Remember now, this man is at Brentford now. So the names I'm about to call out right now, I want y'all to really sit down, get a pen, and put down Put some respect on this man's name, dog. Now listen to the names I'm about to tell you that he had more league goals than them. Remember, this is the hardest league in the world. He's at, I would say, a mid-table, bottom table team. He just moved to one actually, because Man U just came 15, but we know Man United usually in the top 6, top 8, okay? So listen to the players and think about the money some of these players moved, not only in this transfer, but previous ones, their transfer fees, and then tell me, honestly, if you don't think this is a great transfer. So, Rafinha is one, Ousmane Dembele is one, Erling Haaland is one, Cole Palmer is one, Lamine Yamal, so you know, project, Florian Wirtz, Bruno Fernandes, Vinicius Jr., Rafael Leao, Ryan Cherki, Bradley Bacola, Michael Olise, and Ademola Lookman. Now, call me crazy, call me delusional, but Ousmane Dembele is probably going to win the Ballon d'Or. This man had more league goals than him. You know, and the only reason why people actually win Ballon d'Or is when they perform really well in the Champions League and their team win, and also when they win the that they win their local league, that they win their league, they win other cups. Like, these are the things that create a criteria for you to win the Ballon d'Or. This man is already hitting those criteria except winning with his team. So I think Man United really have a star on their hands. And let's not forget, between him and Matheus Cunha, that is 35 plus goals alone added to your front line. That just scored 44 last season. So let's say these guys don't even live up to their hype. Say Mbeumo gets 12 and Cunha get 8, which I hardly doubt, because they're playing in the same league and they're just going to ride the momentum they're on. And they have a lot of people saying, oh yeah, they're not going to do well, or he might not do well, he's not. That is just people being scared to put their head, and they stick their head on that post and like put their ass out and know that Bryan Mbeumo and Cunha will smash it. There is no, when you talk about other players going from other teams in the Premier League to main teams, everyone hypes them up. When Jack Grealish was moving, everyone was like, wow, the greatest for City, like, he's going to smash it, 100 million. Declan Rice, 100 million, he's going to smash it. Jack Grealish smash it. Well, you know, there's conversations and arguments to be had on both sides. But Declan Rice is smashing it, you know? So I don't think when those high quality players move in the league, like James Maddison is doing well for Tottenham. Like, why is it only when players move from clubs to Man United they think they're not going to smash it? How can, when you look at, there's also a statistic that show that the top 5 players rated in the Premier League last season was Mohamed Salah, Bruno Fernandes, Matheus Cunha, Mbeumo, and I think it was Cole Palmer. You can't get Cole Palmer and Salah, but Man United definitely went to get Cunha and Mbeumo. And I think when you listen also to when people talk about statistics and they say that, you know, Man United now is using stats as a way to buy players. That right there, especially for what the metrics were showing last season and for what Manchester United pursued in the transfer window this season, it shows that that is so true. There's no more proof that you need to show you that they're actually using statistics to actually buy players. And I feel that is a good way to go, because when you look at the Brightons and teams like this who actually use those opters to generate and to go into the transfer market to find players, Bro, they're getting players at 3, 4, 5 million and regenerating margin gains of millions. Like, you buy a player for 3 million and your profit gain, your profit margin from that sale of that player is you're selling him for 50 million, 60 million, 70 million. That is a $63 million markup. Like, hey, honestly, listen, great buy Man United. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the page. Keep hitting the bell for notifications so we can keep bringing you great content going forward. It's been your boy, Yaya Chino Falachi. Keep safe. One love. Peace.